Well, hi there. Today we're going to talk about core values. We're going to talk about what they are and what they're not and why you want to know this. But first, let's talk about the science, the research. How come core values are so important? Well, they help us with these five things. They give us ease in the big life decisions like what career should I move to or which relationship should I end? They help us have less engagement with destructive patterns. They help us stop some of the things that really don't help us move forward. They help us tolerate physical pain, which pain's part of life and we're all going to have it. But when we know our core values, we can get through it with more elegance and ease. They help keep us self-disciplined, focus on the important stuff, and to stay studying the things we need to know to go where we want to go. They also give us greater confidence in our social connections. Core values have a lot of research backing the reason why you want to know them. But really, what are they? Well, some people call them their personal principles. They certainly do reflect our perspectives, their guidance for all of us. They can give us a gut check whenever there are those moments when we don't know, what should I do? They are also grounding elements because core values really do run through the core of who we are. They sum up our essence and they help us identify and understand some of that deep identity that makes us unique. In other words, our core values speak to who we are in our depths. And when we live according to our core values, when we're congruent, living according to our core values, we always stand within our integrity. Now let's make a distinction about what they're not. What they're not is they're not our strengths, our feelings, our personality, they're not our needs, and they're not our beliefs. These items are really super important, but we talk about those in different terms as part of our identity. Core values are distinct from these elements of who we are. And in fact, if you'd like to know a little bit about what your core values are, you can see that using this DISC matrix, that some of us really like to go fast and tell and get results. Some of us like to go fast and tell stories and inspire others and get feedback. Some of us are really task oriented. Some of us are data driven. We want to do it right. We slow things down and ask questions. And some of us like peace and harmony. When you take the DISC assessment, it sort of points to some of your values, like, are you results oriented? Are you relationship oriented? Are you data driven? Or do you want peace and harmony? These pieces of our identity make up our core values. And it's our job to dig in and find out, what is this personal identity? How can we really understand ourselves even more? If you'd like to get started on that job, go ahead. We're going to drop a link to a quiz. It only takes about 1 minute. It's about 7 questions. You can find that in the comments. And if you have other questions about what your core values are, yes, please, we'd like to hear them. Because when you let these core values guide you, sometimes you'll hear yourself saying, I'm listening to my inner compass, I'm following my North Star, or I'm letting my Jiminy the Cricket whisper in my ears so I can live in integrity and be strong and true. Thanks for joining us today and this discussion about your core values.